Hi friends, welcome back. We are having our first nice day of spring here and I'm so loving it. And I'm going to use this beautiful day as motivation to get the winter stuff out of the coat closet and get the spring stuff into the coat closet. So come along with me and we're going to actually make decisions as we do it. So I am going to just set you up here. So my coat closet is tiny. As a matter of fact, let's do this. I want you to see it. It's so small. Okay, we have a little tiny shelf. We have a hanging rod. We have coats. We have shoes and the like. And I have this door panel. I think I need a better solution. In this moment, it's what I have. And so it's what I'm going to work with. And I have this camera way up high so that you can see what's in the top. And I'm going to bring stuff down. And we're just going to work through the items one at a time. Okay, so I've thrown everything that's from the top shelf down here. And I'm going to pick through them and you're going to see my process. The first thing that I have is snow pants. Now these are grown-up snow pants because I go sledding with my daughter, not just by myself. And there's actually two pairs of snow pants because they are, there's one for me and one for her dad. So I'm gonna fold these and set them aside. They are going to go in this bin when I'm done because we do just keep them stored up there year round. All right, I have my scarf, and this is something that I'm not going to be needing. I'm actually gonna set all the stuff that I don't need on the stairs right here. And this is my daughter's scarf. Her grandma made it for her, so she's gonna wanna keep that. Here she has a couple of headband ear warmers. I'm gonna put those along with, I think that she'll maybe wanna wear those next year. Oh, aren't these cute? Little tiny mittens. She does not care for mittens. She's never worn these mittens. They're pretty much brand new. I am, and also she's growing and I don't think that these mittens are actually going to fit her. So I'm gonna go ahead and donate them. And I'm not sure if you can see it or not. I actually have a donation bucket. I have a donation bucket right there. And it's already got some stuff on it because I've already been working. Okay, back to our task. But the mittens are going in the donation bucket. All right, and now we have, okay, so this is stuff that I spray on sheepskin boots, and I just bought it this year. The expiration is, well, there isn't one. So I can feel free to keep it. Plus, I just bought it this year. Okay, we have some gloves, a glove, gloves. We do live in Michigan, so we have a lot of gloves. These go over nice shoes such that they do not get destroyed. Men's shoes. A brush for a cat? I don't think we need this in the coat closet. As a matter of fact, it's kind of an ugly brush, and I already have a brush like this for the cat, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate. All right, and here's a hat. These things belong to my guy. And I cannot declutter his things. I can only declutter my things. And here's a pair of gloves that I do not wear. And I haven't worn them all winter. I'm gonna go ahead and let the next person use them. They're still in pretty good shape. Okay, in the donation bin they go. So I'm gonna put his gloves and his hat and his shoe protectors back in there. I have been putting this same glove back in this bin for like 3 years now, and I think we can accept that its friend its partner is gone. So I'm going to let this go. I'm gonna throw it out because it's just one glove. I don't have a garbage bag here. I'm supposed to, that's the rule. You're supposed to declutter with a donation bucket and a garbage bag and like a purgatory bin if you might want to set something aside. I don't think I'm going to have any purgatory stuff this time, so I didn't grab one of those bins, but I should have a garbage. I'm going to go get one. Hold on. I'm back and I have my garbage bag. Glove, garbage. All right. And I have this, it's a sheepskin care kit. It's pretty old. I do use the brush sometimes. You know what? I still use this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I'm going to store it in this bin. The other things that are going to get stored in this bin include the snow pants and this other warm weather gear that I think will be good for next year. Okay, and we're kind of stuffing, and I don't like to stuff, but the plan isn't to be utilizing this bucket very much. And I'm going to put the bucket back up. So if you're not already doing it, I encourage you to do this with me. Just go to your coat closet right now and start going through it. Let's do it together. Let's get our stuff out of here. Okay, so now I have the coats. You can see this is the coats bar, and I have this giant parka. We are beyond parka season, although I do love this parka. What I'm going to do is put it, here's the rule in my closet. It's so tiny and there are 3 of us and we can't all have all of our stuff. So everybody gets 2 coats and 2 pairs of shoes in the common space. You can have more stuff than that, but if you do, it needs to go in your room. The things that you wear most often, the 2 coats and the 2 pairs of shoes, can be in the common space. Everything else kind of has to go live in your personal space because there's just not enough room. Here's my winter coat, and I tend to ditch my winter coat early, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my personal space now, along with my parka. Here's my spring jacket, and that gets to live in here. 'Tis the season. This is my guy's wool coat. He hardly ever wears it. I don't think it needs to be in our common space. I am going to go and put it on his side of the closet in the back where he can find it if he needs it, but otherwise, we don't need it right now. And that leaves me with a sweatshirt, which again, I've never seen him wear this. I don't think it needs to be in our common space. So now that you can see the little valet hook, well, here's her winter coat. She has 2 winter coats and she's wearing one right now. I think at least one of these winter coats can go in her personal space. And the snow pants are done. Now, she has 2 pairs of snow pants, and I bought one in the size she was currently in at the beginning of winter and one that she was in towards the end of winter. The smaller pair doesn't even fit her anymore. So I just threw it in the donation bin. Now this slightly larger pair that I still have left here, I think that this pair is probably going to fit her at the beginning of the season this coming year. What do I do with it? Our space up top is kind of filled. But for now, since that's where the other snow pants are, I'm gonna go ahead and put it up there. By the way, do any of you have, I want you to see it. I'm gonna turn it off. Do any of you have the single light bulb situation? And there's like a chain that you pull for the light bulb. And do you just wish it was different? Let me show you this cool thing that I have. Check this out. But this, my friends, is a light switch that you can see works through Bluetooth with that fixture. That fixture had a string, and the string broke and I could no longer use the light switch in there, and we didn't have a light in this closet. And even when there was a light switch, it had that string that I hated the string. So what I did is I bought this thing off of Amazon, and it is a lifesaver. I'll put a link below because all of the closets in this house have that same light fixture that I dislike with the string. And so you can, what happens is you screw on this little piece onto the base of the light bulb, and then that in turn has an end that screws up into the fixture, and that little thing talks to this thing, just 2 screws, and then there's these 3 little prongs that hook on, so it's very easy to get on. You could probably even use a command strip. Back to the decluttering. I just wanted you to see that cool light switch thing and the hook that has been like a lifesaver so that my daughter is able to hang up her own stuff. By the way, do you or does your family tend to not use a hanger like mine? Me included. So hooks are a fantastic solution, and I'm working on getting more hooks in the house to take care of this problem of us not wanting to take the time to use a hanger, but we do seem to be willing to use hooks. So I'm working more on that, but for now I have just this one, which has really made a big difference. I also have one more little hook that you can see that I just screwed in here. But for now, here's my daughter's spring jacket, and I'm just gonna hang it on this hook. And when she comes home today, she can put her backpack on that guy. Okay, so the coats are done for now. And just like that, you may notice that I have different clothes on. It's a different day, and that's just how life is sometimes. We do the best we can. We declutter here and there for a couple of minutes when we can grab it, and then we just continue on. So here I am continuing on, and I think where we left off is I had just done this shelf here. So you can see there's just a couple of coats, and my warm coat did make it back in because it turns out that in April in Michigan, it's actually still not that warm. So I put it back in for now. Spring coat is here, and I think she's wearing her winter coat right now, but that will hang on this little, I have one of these little fighting octopus hooks right here that she can hang her stuff up. And here's her book bag, which slides on, and this valet hook pulls out if you need a little more space. So that gives us each some space for our things, and I find this hook to be incredibly handy. It can also hang like that. See, it can like go up or down if you need the space. Okay, and then so we're gonna go down to the floor and look at what's down on the shoe level, and then we're gonna look at what's on the wall level. It's kind of a wreck. Down here I have a bin of socks, and oh my gosh, Callie brands for it at But First Coffee, and it is like the best tip I've ever heard if you have kids, to keep their socks just right in the shoe closet with the shoes, because that's where they need them. Otherwise they're running up, because she likes to have bare feet all the time. So then we have her rain boots, and I would say at this season I will keep these handy for her. Somehow a craft made its way. That happens, right? Stuff just travels. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the garbage bag. Here it is. Here's her winter boots. I'm gonna go ahead and put those in the donation bucket. They are not going to fit her this fall, and they can just go to the next family. A stray sock here and there, a stray shoe. To be honest, I don't think this shoe has had a mate in a very long time. It's not mine to get rid of. I'm gonna set it aside and ask the guy if he wants to try and find its friend, or if we can just let it go, but I don't want to get rid of his things. But I will ask him about it, because I feel like that one shoe has kind of been hanging around kind of lonely by itself for a long time. And there's a cat in the closet, and he's not usually in here. He's just in here because he likes to, he just follows me around. I don't know. And there's some garbage that just kind of walked its way in to the closet. That just happens over time. I don't know. As long as it's empty, I'm gonna go ahead and take a second and just take the dust buster and sweep it out. This is the dust buster I use. It's a Black & Decker pivot, so the end kind of goes out, and it's super easy to use, and it has this little brush thing. I really like it. I've had dust busters that are way more expensive than this and kind of stunk, but this one picks up pretty much everything. Like, I'm pretty impressed with it, and it's so easy to clean my car with. Anyways, I super like this dustbuster. If you're looking for a dustbuster, I'll put a link below. You could probably pick them up anywhere, but there's a link if that's helpful to you. Okay, so I'll just set in the shoes that we use. We have some other shoes too, but we have a boot tray out here. Although it's got winter boots on it, so I think those all have to go too. And the socks, they just set in there. So that's a lot more manageable, and we can actually kind of see what's in there now. But that's good for this space right now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I have right here in the door, I have these little pockets that hold on to sunglasses, hats, gloves, and we're gonna quickly go through that stuff. Okay, so what I have here, I'm gonna kind of sit in this awkward way so that I can see in here. All right, so what I have in here is hats and gloves bucket, so it's the bucket that she can see. And we are still having some cold days. We're going to keep some of this stuff in here, but she doesn't need all of this stuff. Here's a pair of mittens that she wears sometimes. These ones, not so good. There's actually a hole in the finger, so we're gonna let those go in the garbage. Here's the hat that she prefers right now. These are like super warm winter gloves. We're gonna save them for next year, and I'm gonna put them up on that top shelf where the storage space is. She's not gonna be needing a scarf, so we can let that go to next year's pile. And we have a couple of misfit gloves, 3 misfit gloves. We're gonna let them go. I haven't seen their mates in a while. And this one she just doesn't really wear. I'm gonna donate it. It's in great shape. So I'm kind of chucking things into their respective buckets off to that direction. So for now, we're just gonna keep this hat, and those will go too in a month when the weather gets a little nicer. All right, and actually we are going to keep this hat because she enjoys it a lot, and so we'll keep it for now, and that's still pretty manageable for her. Okay, and then we're going to go up a level, and this is my bin. And I have, oh hey, the mate. I'm gonna dig it out because I like these little fingerless gloves. I'm here all winter. I thought I didn't have them. I just needed to look. All right. I have a glasses case that I literally never use, and in the sake of space, I am going to, I'm gonna get rid of it. It's Ray-Ban, but I don't need it. Then I have this hat that I don't really wear. I have a hat that I do wear somewhere, but I don't really wear this one, and I'm gonna let it go to the donate. And then here's my running gloves and running headband, which I wear frequently, and I'm continuing to wear them until the weather warms up. And you know what? These are my super warm weather gloves, and I don't think I'm going to need them for the rest of this year, but I do like them, so I'm going to put them in the upper space. Now the top shelf is not my shelf; it's my guy's. And there's 3 hats in there, and I'm going to leave them, and he can go through that in his own time if he wants to. You may have noticed that I only had 1 bin up here originally, and I decided that I do want 2 bins because with the snow pants and all the stuff doesn't fit in 1 bin anymore, and there's space up on the shelf for 2 bins. So I don't like to buy stuff if I can make do with something I already have, especially when I'm just trying out a new organizational habit. I looked at my basement and I found a little seagrass box, and I'm just going to use that for now. Here's the seagrass basket that I found. I'm just going to set her snow pants in. I'm also going to put in my gloves, her scarf, and I think that's all we have for right now. And I think that that fits comfortably. Another abandoned glove This one can go in the garbage because I haven't seen its mate in a very long time. So that's it. We did it. We've got through our coat closets. It's ready for spring. Our winter things are mostly out. It's ready to hold our spring things. Did you do it with me? Let me know in the comments below if you used this as motivation to go clean out your winter closet and get it ready for spring. I would love to know. It's super fun. If you found that this was fun to watch, if you want to spend more time together, I would love it if you would push subscribe. I put out 2 videos a week, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.